With this human chain,
Con esta
we
cadena
are
humana,
rededicating ourselves, and we are here at the headquarters of the United Nations.
y estamos aquí en la sede de las Naciones
So the
Unidas.
United Nations is a witness
Las Naciones Unidas
to
es
our
nuestro
commitment
testigo
individually, each one of us,
de nuestro compromiso individual de
and
cada uno,
collectively, to making sure that the idea of the connection between Africa and the diaspora is an idea whose time has come.
a asegurar que la idea de conectar la diáspora y África es una idea cuyo tiempo ha llegado.
Just looks like yesterday when we met in Colombia. But here we are again. Time has moved very fast. But I think it is important to recognize the fact that during this period of this last year, since the last meeting in Colombia, a lot has taken place. And I want to take this opportunity to personally thank our good friend, Oscar, for the work that you have continuously done in leading and coordinating our efforts to bring us where we are this morning.
This global alliance represents an incredible partnership. It's an opportunity to lift up, in a global context, your voices, the voices of people who are closest to the challenges we are trying to solve. So I want to just express my deepest gratitude to all of you, because you are doing the courageous work. You are challenging power systems, power structures, and power dynamics. And if we are to be a more just and fair nation and world, that work must be resourced, that work must continue, because without challenging, without demanding, change will not happen, and change must come. Thank you all so much.
And so my dream for the African continent is that we are able to provide primary, secondary, university educational, technical and vocational training, excellence in education right there on the continent. That would be my ultimate dream, and invite the world to come to Africa to receive that education as well.
The AU, the African Union, this past year said this is the year of the turnaround of African peoples. This is the year of Pan-Africanism and the African Renaissance. That's the theme. And so to link up with South America, Central America, to link up with this important Brazilian African population and to link it to the continent and to organize those Africans out of Africa into the sixth region of the African continent is the historical moment that we're a part of.
As the chairman of over 200 black newspapers in the country, with over 20 million readers every week, over 10 million people following us on the digital divide, that the things we're doing here today will be seen and heard from the African American perspective.
If we don't take it upon ourselves to record our history, then perhaps our history will be lost. And I think that's why it's very important, the art of communication.
Now, what are the objectives of your communication strategy? We want to build awareness, buzz, and momentum, and in order to spur strong coverage of a summit. We also want to highlight concrete examples of actions by the summit organizing partners.
The area that I'm interested in and I've been pushing and involved in is developing community health workers and/or what we call PAs here in this country, whereby somebody can come out of high school and within 2 years can become a bona fide community health worker, within 4 years can become a physician associate, able to do certain minor surgeries such as cataract surgery, such as C-sections, etc.
To start our children reading early and often. And I'd like to add to that, as we think about that, perhaps we'll add to that a component that our children, the children of Africa and African descent, should be encouraged, inspired, and provided the wherewithal to do that, but to do that in at least 2 languages.
I think we should have several forums of women, because we have the situation of the women's in Africa, as what you as expound here, but we also have other situations of women in Latin America, and I think it's very important that we could address this. So I think just 1 hour in a forum wouldn't be enough. I think we should have half day at least.
Então, se estamos agora começando esta aliança
With this alliance, at the beginning of this alliance,
para o desenvolvimento econômico,
we could showcase economic development,
com inclusão social
social inclusion,
e sustentabilidade,
and also stability in the society.
De manera que cuando lleguemos a la próxima cumbre,
So when we
ya no
reach
vamos a
our
hablar
next
de
summit, we will not
hablamos el
talk
último
about
día en
what we discussed the
Cartagena.
last day in
Vamos a
Cartagena.
hablar
We
de todo
will
lo
be
que hemos
talking about
avanzado.
how much we progressed.
Y
And
esta reunión
from this
tendrá que
meeting,
salir mecanismos y
there
estrategias
must
para
result
hacer más rápido
mechanisms and
progreso.
strategies to make
Que nuestros
progress
pueblos,
faster,
nuestros
because our
hijos,
peoples, our
próximas generaciones
children,
están esperando
our next
más y
generations
más progresos.
are
Para que
expecting
nuestra
more and
democracia
more
sea mejor.
progress so that our democracy is better.
I would like to,
Y después pasaremos a la siguiente. Tiene la palabra el
on
señor
behalf of
honorable
Oscar and I, to hand over the gavel of the presidency to you, Dr. Alfred Vanderpuije, Lord Mayor of Accra. We hereby hand you over the gavel, making you the first president of the World Alliance of Mayors and Leaders of Africa and of African descent. So on behalf of our executive director, Dr. Oscar Gamboa, on behalf of the members of the committee, on behalf of the vice president, Celia Sacramento, we hereby hand you over the gavel expressing the presidency in this seat of the United Nations, where we have, as of tomorrow, in this very room, presidents and prime ministers and kings and queens coming from 194 countries.
Con este acto entrego el mando al señor presidente, nuestro honorable alcalde de Accra, Alfred Vanderpuije. Es un honor para mí. Gracias. A partir de mañana.